Once there was this little boy named Timmy. And now Timmy's idol, his icon, his role model, his reason for living, if you will, was Plinko the Clown. Now, young Timmy loved Plinko with a passion. He had all the Plinko stuff, Plinko shorts, Plinko shoes, Plinko socks, Plinko hats, Plinko underwear, all the Plinko home videos, all the Plinko action figures with Kung Fu grips. Loved Plinko the Clown. So, young Timmy heard that Plinko was doing a tour. As luck would have it, the first stop in Plinko's tour was Timmy's own hometown. Now, young Timmy was ecstatic. Here's a chance to see his idol, his icon, his role model, his Rosh Hashanah, his reason for living, if you will, Plinko the Clown, live and in person. So young Timmy went and camped out at 5 o'clock in the morning. He bought his tickets from our center stage. He anxiously awaited the day of the show. The day of the show came, and Timmy was the first one there, first one theater, first one seat. The show started, and Plinko was in top form. Young Timmy was loving it. It was the pinnacle of his young existence. So finally, at the end of the show, Plinko said, "For my last show, I'm going to need a volunteer from the audience." Young Timmy jumped on his seat, waved his arms in the air, yelling, "Pick me, Plinko, pick me!" As luck would have it, Plinko said, "You, come up on stage." Timmy bounded on stage. He was so happy. He stood beside his idol, his icon, his role model, his reason for living, if you will, Plinko the Clown. And Plinko said, "Son, what's your name?" Timmy, of course, said, "Timmy." Plinko said, "Son, are you a donkey?" Timmy said, "No." He said, "Then you're a jackass." And everyone laughed at poor Timmy's expense. Young Timmy stood there. The tears rolled down his face. He was mortified. Here he was humiliated by his idol, his icon, his role model, his reason for living, if you will, Plinko the Clown, in front of a live audience of national television. So from that moment on, young Timmy devoted the rest of his life to destroying that bastard clown Plinko. Now, young Timmy took a trip around the world. He went to Paris to study Jerry Lewis comedy. He went to Egypt to study Sanskrit comedy. He went to China to study Hua Chao Ching, the ancient art of comedy. All with the goal of destroying that fucker Plinko. So finally, Timmy heard that Plinko was doing his farewell tour. As luck would have it, the last stop on the last leg of Plinko's last tour was Timmy's own hometown. Now once again, young Timmy was ecstatic. Here's a chance to finally get even with Plinko the Clown. So young Timmy once again went at 5 o'clock in the morning. He bought his tickets. Once again, front row center stage. And he once again anxiously waited the day of the show, when he could finally extract his well-deserved revenge. The day of the show came, and Timmy was once again the first one there, first one theater, first one seat. The show started, and Plinko was in the best form ever. The audience was having the time of their collective lives. The punchlines were twice as funny. The jokes hit twice as hard. The audience was laughing so hard they were crying, rolling in the floors, having heart attacks. They were laughing so hard at Plinko's jokes, except for Timmy, who simply calmly, collectively sat and waited. Now, eventually, at the end of the show, Plinko said, "For my last joke, I'm going to need a volunteer from the audience." Everyone in the theater jumped up on their seat, waved their arms in the air, yelled, "Pick me, Plinko, pick me!" Except for Timmy, who simply calmly, collectively stood up, raised his hand. And for the fourth time, Allah shined his light goodness upon poor Timmy, and Plinko said, "You, come up on stage." Calmly, collectively, Timmy made his way on stage, stood beside his former idol, his former icon, his former role model, his former reason for living, if you will, Plinko the Clown. And Plinko said, "Son, are you a donkey?" Timmy said, "No." He said, "Then you're a jackass." And once again, everyone laughed. For 10 minutes, the audience burst into wild, raucous, unrelenting laughter, except for Timmy, who simply, calmly, collectively stood and waited. Now, eventually, the laughter died down, the house lights came up, and now, show's over, folks, drive home safe. But everyone knows that Timmy is still standing there. And Timmy knew it was his chance. He turned to Plinko, and he said, "Fuck you, clown. Fuck you."